Hi guys, it's me again, Burak. Today I'm gonna talk about my 10-week transformation, how I did it. First of all, the transformation was 3 years ago, and before I did my video, I actually released a video on how I did it, but it was in German. And it's a really long video. The quality is also not very good, but as I've said before, it's in German, and I had nobody to translate it, and I actually did not have the time to do it because I was worrying about other things at that time. But always in the comments, you always ask for it, how I did it, and I think now is finally the time that I'm gonna tell you how I did it. I'm gonna do it in 3 parts. In the first part now I'm gonna talk about the diet. Second part is the weightlifting and training. And third part is time management and cardio. So first of all, when I did my 10-week transformation, I was actually in the army, and I was in the officer school, and yes, I did not have a lot of time. I was there for 12 weeks, and in the first 2 weeks when I was there, I had to prepare everything, how I would cook my meals and stuff. And it was a lot of planning in those first 2 weeks because I also had a lot of things to do at that school. So I did not have any way of cooking my meals. The only thing I had was a water boiler, something to make hot water, and that was about it. So I had to find a way to prepare my meals, even though I couldn't really cook, only with hot water, as I've said before. So what I did was I actually did a very nice diet, something that wasn't that tasted good, but didn't also kept me very full. So in the mornings I would most of the time I would eat eggs and some kind of vegetable, and then later on as a second breakfast I would eat something like meat with vegetables again. And then again for lunch and afternoon I also ate meat and vegetables, and in the evenings or before I went to bed I ate yogurt or Magerquark in German. Yeah, that's about it. If you want the details, I already wrote an ebook with detailing everything. You can find it on my website. It's a 30-page ebook, and there I detailed everything, what I ate, which time, etc. So the diet, it kept me full, but it didn't have a lot of calories. So I could lose 2 kilograms of weight per week. In the beginning I was 96 kilograms, and at the end of my diet I was 76 kilograms. Yes. Yeah, that's about it. The diet was very simple. Sometimes I cheated on my diet, but not that often. And when I cheated, I left some meals. I didn't eat some meals. So, for example, if I went out to eat some kebab or something like that, I did not eat 3 meals because I thought one kebab is like 900 calories or 1000 calories. And when I ordered something like kebab, I only ate the meat with the salad. So maybe that was, in reality, it was maybe 700 calories, but I always added more, and I always searched how many calories it had in the internet. So the other thing was I was drinking a lot of tea and coffee during the day, but I did not use any sugar to sweeten my drinks. I only used artificial sweeteners, but also not so much of that because it bloats you very much, and if you overdo it you can get diarrhea. So yeah, that's not very good. The other thing was I drank a lot of water, really a lot, because I also trained a lot. I trained almost every day, and that was no lie with training up to 3 times a day. I wrote up to 3 times a day because sometimes I really did train 3 times in a day. How did I manage it? For example, on a Monday when I had my army duties, I would get up before breakfast, before everybody else, and I would do a run, something like this, some cardio exercises. And then when we had the lunch break, I wouldn't eat with them. I wouldn't eat with them at the mess, what it's called, I don't know. Yeah, I would actually go to the gym and lift for half an hour, do deadlifts and pull-ups or something like that. And then in the evenings, when I had a little bit time left after my work at the army, I would do some kind of cardio again, maybe high intensity interval training. Yes, and that's how I did train 3 times in a day. Could I have managed to do it everything at once? Yes, probably I could, because I could have waited until my work was over, then I would lift for half an hour or 1 hour, then I would do my running and my cardio. Yeah, so everything I did you could also do in one session, but I split it up because I couldn't do it otherwise because of time management. So the thing I did were training. Second topic. Training was, yeah, how should I say? It was very simple but very intense. I did train with a lot of intensity. I did basic exercises like squats, deadlifts, bench press, overhead press, barbell rows, etc. I actually wrote it all down in my ebook, what I did in detail. And I also did use intensity techniques like supersets, drop sets, mega sets, giant sets, dog crab style training, high intensity training like Dorian Yates with holding and squeezing and doing the eccentric very slowly. For example, I did those things as well. Yes. As for my cardio, most of the time I did my cardio as a circuit training. For example, I did some body weight exercises like push-ups, sit-ups, squats, and then I did some jump rope skipping, or I did swimming for my cardio. I always like to mix it up. I also did some rowing machine. I'm not the kind of guy who can do cardio like others. I have to always mix it up because I get very bored very easily. So I had to mix it up all the time. Sometimes when I did not want to sweat a lot, I actually walked around the city. I just did a very long walk for like 3 or 4 hours around the city, sometimes even 6 hours when I had the time, like on weekends or something. I really like to do that as well. Yes. That's it for training. And for cardio, I already said how I did it. Circuit training, high intensity training. I also did some CrossFit workouts, but I wrote everything down in my ebook. Yes, and that's about it. And then, as I said before, every 2 weeks I lost around 2 kilograms of body fat, of body weight actually. And that's how I managed to do it in 10 weeks. It's very simple, but it was very hard. I did not have a lot of free time. And when I had free time, I had to do my training or prepare my meals. If we in the army, if we went outside for a day or two, I actually had to prepare my meals in advance. But because I did not have any ways of really cooking my food, I had to think of other ways, like putting my yogurt in Tupperware and putting in frozen berries or something like that, or buying canned tuna, hard boiling eggs and taking them with me. I was always prepared for the worst. I was always prepared. I was never not prepared. And that was the most important thing. Every Sunday I would sit down and I would look at what's to come this week, and I would plan the days. I would say, okay, Monday I'm gonna do my weightlifting afternoon, and in the mornings I will do my high intensity interval training. Or if we had to do sports at the army, I would not regard that as my own sport. I wouldn't regard it as training. If we did train at the army, I would actually train again for myself, for my plans. So sometimes I did even train more than 3 times in a day, if you count the training with the military as well. Yes. And that's about it. That was 3 years ago. If you don't know where to find my ebook, you can find it at www.burakcemil.com, just like my YouTube name. Or I'll link it also down in the description. Okay, and that's it.
Bye.
Don't forget to like and subscribe.